Now, what is the ENSO forecast, the El Nino Southern Oscillation forecast through this upcoming fall and winter? And what this graph here is depicting here is just the sea surface temperatures anomalies again in that 3.4 Nino region out in the Equatorial Pacific. Again, we're starting off here in September, and these are our dynamical and statistical models and what they're projecting in terms of the strength of the upcoming La Nina as we move into the wintertime and early springtime months. And as you can see here, the general consensus is for weak La Nina conditions to persist through the remainder of this winter and possibly into the spring, although we do trend to sea surface temperatures may begin to modify a little bit here as we move into the early springtime months here next year, and so this event here may only last during the upcoming wintertime months before gradually weakening as we move into the spring. As of right now, the La Nina watch has been issued by the Climate Prediction Center, which means that there is at least a 50% chance of a La Nina event developing in the upcoming season, which is again twice the normal likelihood of its occurrence. The official forecast right now is indicating a 70% confidence level that La Nina will indeed develop this winter in the Equatorial Pacific. So using climatology from past weak La Nina events, assuming La Nina will continue into the upcoming spring. Okay, now we only had 3 occurrences of that here over the last 75 years, and 1955, 1975, and 1985. But assuming that La Nina will continue into the springtime months, what could we look at temperature-wise? And as it's based on climatology, again, it's showing pretty much all of the areas showing above normal temperatures during the springtime months. Again, we're only looking at 3 past events here, and so confidence is generally going to be a lower compared to what we looked at earlier, where we actually were looking at 6 previous events. We look at the same time period, those 3 events here, assuming that weak La Nina continues into the spring. Based on those 3 past events, we could see, near to slightly above normal precipitation here for the springtime months. But again, this is a very low confidence forecast. Now, the official outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for the month of November in regards to temperature and precipitation, again, this is just a probabilistic forecast, which is just indicating that all of the region, in fact, much of the country, is looking at above normal probabilities for seeing above normal temperatures during the month of November. Coincidentally, with the precipitation graphic here on the right, again, much of the southern tier of the United States, including all of the Ark-la-Tex, is looking at above normal probabilities for seeing below normal precipitation area-wide. So we move ahead towards this upcoming winter defined as December, January, and February. Again, we're looking at the official forecast is calling for above normal probabilities for seeing above normal temperatures this upcoming winter. And it's also depicting above normal probabilities for seeing below normal precipitation across the region. But again, as we pointed out earlier in the slides before, based on 6 previous weak La Nina events, temperatures have actually trended near normal across all of the region. However, there was a distinct dryness indicated across much of the area here during the wintertime months. So there is some question as regard to how this particular forecast will verify this upcoming winter, especially in regards to temperatures. As we move ahead towards the springtime months, again, the official outlook from the Climate Prediction Center is indicating quite above normal probabilities for seeing above normal temperatures next spring, March, April, and May. However, you can see here that all of the areas denoted here in white, it just means it's equal chances, meaning there's no skill level for forecasting above normal, below normal, or near normal precipitation. So probabilities are all equal in that regard. So we'll see 33% chance. There's only a 33% chance of seeing above normal precipitation, below normal precipitation, or near normal precipitation for that 3-month time period next spring. And looking ahead at the seasonal drought outlook here, everything you see denoted here in brown indicates that drought conditions will persist through the end of January of next year. And areas highlighted here in yellow means that drought development is likely. In fact, much of these areas are abnormally dry at this time, and we're expecting further drying to continue throughout this coming month of November as we move ahead into December and January as well. That concludes this special climate presentation. If you have any questions at all regarding any of the slides that I have presented here to you, feel free to give me an email or send me an email here at jason.hansford@noaa.gov, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. This concludes this presentation. Thank you for your attention.